What is going on, broskies? It is Lupus, and in today's video I decided to take a trip down memory lane and play some Battlefield 3. Let me just start off by saying Battlefield 3 is still an amazing game. It's almost 4 years old now, but the game is still kicking and it is amazing. It is probably one of my favorite first-person shooters to date, and I enjoy going back and playing it every once in a while, and playing it on PC for the first time is definitely something really awesome. Before I talk about what I have noticed in Battlefield 3 that's different from Battlefield 4 and all that kind of stuff like you guys are probably expecting, I would like to first apologize for not, of course, uploading as often as I would like to. There's just been a lot going on, there's school, and it's basically the same excuses I always have, and I really am tired of making up excuses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get back on the ball, and hopefully I can upload 3 videos this week at least, and get you guys a lot of stuff. There's a lot of series I have in mind, such as a series called The Wolfpack, which I've talked about several times in the past, where I'm going to be playing with a lot of YouTubers such as Asal, Zainov, Crunch, Croatian, Saltaz, all these guys I'm going to try and do some live commentaries with, and anybody who decides to be featured on a certain episode any given week. There's a lot of things I have planned, and I really can't wait to do it. But back to Battlefield 3. That clip you guys saw at the beginning was actually a clip of my best friend coming over to my house, playing on my PC, which he isn't much of a PC player. He's played occasionally every once in a while, but he jumped on, played some Battlefield 3, and went ham in the tank. He just took down 3 jets in one life in the tank and was making people so mad, and it was quite insane. Some people are just destined to play on PC, and my best friend is definitely one of them, and I've been trying to get him to play on PC for a while. But Battlefield 3 in general is just an amazing game. I doubt he would have been able to do all that in Battlefield 4 just because of all the bugs. He probably would have gotten some sort of hit marker on a jet, or the explosion would have happened but the jet would have been fine. Stuff like that is what you see happen in Battlefield 4. But Battlefield 3, however, is just an amazing experience. I haven't played Battlefield 3 in a while. The last time I played it was on Xbox 360 last summer, and being able to go back and play it on my PC with enhanced visuals is just amazing. Battlefield 3 is a beautiful game. I know a lot of people complained at the time about the sun being very OP and stuff, but honestly the sun is beautiful in that game. The textures are awesome, and playing that game on Ultra on a PC compared to all the years I've been playing it on Xbox 360 is a breath of fresh air, and the game is revitalized in my eyes, and I definitely plan on playing it a lot more in the future just because it feels like a new game to me. It's not the same game as it was on Xbox 360 by any means, and it's very different from Battlefield 4 as well. It's just something about it is just more enjoyable. It has a retro throwback nostalgic feel, of course, but at the same time, just not having all those broken issues that are within Battlefield 4 is something I look forward to whenever I decide to start up a game on Battlefield 3. As you guys can see, the gameplay I'm actually using in the background is a lot of Damavand Rush, which is possibly my favorite thing to play on Battlefield 3, and I don't understand why they didn't bring this map back in Second Assault. This map was amazing. It was fun for Conquest. There was a lot of action going on within the tunnel inside the mountain. There was a lot of fun whenever you're playing Rush. The objectives were well placed. It had a very rapid succession, and in my opinion, it was the best Battlefield Rush map that I've ever played on. I can't get tired of it. I could literally play Damavand Peak Rush an entire day of gaming and not get bored. There's always action going on. It's really fun. It's really team-based when you're playing with some friends, and I enjoy the crap out of it. That map was amazing, and I really would have liked to see that revitalized and redesigned within Battlefield 4, but unfortunately we didn't get that. And as you guys know, the Battlefield 4 Rush maps are pretty bad, except for an occasional few. Some of the Second Assault maps coming back are pretty decent. The Naval Strike maps are okay. They're better than the vanilla maps, but Battlefield 3 was definitely way more superb, especially Damavand Peak. This was my favorite map, and I get some really good gameplay on it. I'm really actually pretty good at Battlefield 3. Battlefield 4, I have some issues sometimes just because of the netcode and other things that just add on to taking away the skill from the game, because you can be as skillful as you want, but there's all these barriers that kind of block that. I know very skillful players on Battlefield 4, and I guarantee if Battlefield 4's netcode was as on par with Battlefield 3, that they would be even better. Glassy, for example, has nearly a 5.0 KD. If he was playing with Battlefield 3 netcode on Battlefield 4, he might even have like a 7. I don't even know what he would have. It would be skyrocketing off the charts, and it would be amazing. Battlefield 3 just has that smooth netcode that makes all your bullets hit where you want them to, when you want them to, and it's just really enjoyable. It's definitely something to go back and play and enjoy a lot. Now, given that there are a lot of things that I did miss from Battlefield 3, there are at the same time things that I didn't. The suppression is pretty annoying. There were times when I'd be shooting somebody and I'd start getting sniped by some sniper off in the distance, and he'd be missing, but he'd be ruining my accuracy, and I couldn't even kill the guy who was in front of me. He'd just end up getting away or flipping around and killing me because my bullets were just deviating around him randomly, and that's definitely not something I miss very much. However, I definitely enjoy the netcode being there. Even though the bullets did deviate randomly while you are being suppressed, at least they hit while you weren't being suppressed. Another thing is, a lot of people thought that Battlefield 4 was basically made off of the Frostbite 2.5 engine, and it was basically Battlefield 3.5. It wasn't that much of an upgrade visually from Battlefield 3, but to be honest, there's a very significant difference graphically between Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3. Battlefield 4's gunmetal on the weapons looks way more realistic. The way the light reflects off of it, the way it just looks like actual metal on a gun, is way better than it was in Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3's guns don't exactly look like they're made out of metal. I won't lie. Battlefield 3 looks great, the lighting is great, the textures are great, but the weapons were not as on par as Battlefield 3's, or Battlefield 4 rather. Battlefield 4's graphics, gun-wise, everything-wise, is a little bit better than Battlefield 3. Some things being even more advanced than others, but you can definitely tell a visual difference. That's not to say Battlefield 3 looks bad, but it is to say that Battlefield 4 is definitely a significant advance graphically from Battlefield 3. Now, graphics, of course, can't make up for everything, and I keep coming back to this just because the entire time that I was playing Battlefield 3, all I could think about was how fun it was to be able to play a game and not have to deal with all the bullcrap rubber banding, the netcode, bullets not registering for some odd reason, awful ping at times, just randomly going from 40 ping to 1,000 just out of nowhere, and then going right back down, but by that time it was too late. There's all kinds of things within Battlefield 4 that just aren't present in Battlefield 3 that it's a good thing. It's not like you're missing out on anything. It's the good stuff that's there and the bad stuff that isn't. And if you guys have not went back and played Battlefield 3 in a while, or you were a console player like me and made the move to PC and haven't played Battlefield 3 on PC, I would definitely recommend doing it, because Battlefield 3 on the PC is a completely different experience than anything on the console. Battlefield 3 on the PC is way more fun on the PC than it is on console, and I enjoy it a lot. I definitely plan on hopefully making some more videos in the future, using some Battlefield 3 gameplay or anything, depending on what I decide to do, depending on what videos I decide to make. But what I would like to do now is, I'm done talking about Battlefield 3. I wanted to give you guys a little recap on the things that I've noticed, but what I want to do now is ask you guys, what do you guys want to see me do some videos on in the future? Because there's a lot of news topics going around, and I know you guys might want to know my opinions on those, but there are a lot of videos out there, and I haven't been as encouraged to make videos on that since everybody's basically spamming the subscription boxes with all those videos, and I don't want to just be another guy making the same kind of videos. So if you guys have any recommendations, if you guys have heard any news that you would like to hear me cover, then leave that in the comment section down below. But that is all for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to hear your opinions on the topic on Battlefield 3 in the comment section down below. But as always, this has been Lupus, and I will catch you guys in the next one.